Tom, may I please have you put up Plaintiff's Exhibit 881A? Ms. Hurd, I'm going to ask you to take a look at Plaintiff's Exhibit 881A. This is one of the articles containing the counterclaim statements by Adam Waldman. Is that correct?
I haven't seen the article yet.
Okay. Why don't we go to page 8 of this article? Adam Waldman, Depp's lawyer, said afterwards, quote, Amber Heard and her friends in the media use fake sexual violence allegations as both a sword and shield, depending on their needs. They have selected some of her sexual violence hoax facts as a sword, inflicting them on the public and Mr. Depp. Do you see that?
Yes, I do.
Is that one of the statements that you allege are defamatory? Is defamatory?
That's correct.
Okay. Can we please go to Plaintiff's Exhibit 881B? And if we could go to page 10 and 11. In Plaintiff's Exhibit 881B, Depp's lawyer Adam Waldman said the various discrepancies prove that nothing Heard and her friends said about the events of May 21, 2016 could be considered credible. Quite simply, this was an ambush, a hoax. They set Mr. Depp up by calling the cops, but the first attempt didn't do the trick, he told thedailymail.com. The officers came to the penthouses, thoroughly searched and interviewed, and left after seeing no damage to face or property. So Amber and her friends spilled a little wine and roughed the place up, got their story straight under the direction of a lawyer and publicist, and then placed a second call to 911. But even this didn't have, oh, apologize. You're fine. Okay.
So the attorneys have approached the bench for a sidebar. We see Amber Heard appearing noticeably calmer after that break. Looking over toward her counsel, Elaine Bredehoff, who's up there at sidebar with Johnny Depp's counsel, Camille Vasquez, talking with Her Honor. We're seeing a lot of issues argued at sidebar, which is a trial technique because it's all done outside the hearing of the jury. It's still part of the trial record. The court stenographer is taking down everything that is said, but the jury isn't able to hear it. So oftentimes, if there's something you want to say that you don't want the jury to hear, you ask for a sidebar, you ask permission to approach, you go up to the bench and you speak with Her Honor or His Honor about it. That way the jury does not hear something that could potentially be damaging to the case. And sometimes it's just issues that need to be hashed out or aren't properly hashed out, evidentiary matters that really have no place in front of a jury. So that's often very effective. Let me bring in my guest, criminal defense attorney, Marcia Minot. She's standing by watching live from Atlanta, Georgia with us. Marcia, do you think Amber Heard looks calmer?
She does. She does look a little calmer, and she is answering a little bit more clearer. We are hopeful that she will continue throughout the process. You can tell once she becomes uncomfortable with the questions being asked, that's when she gets combative.
Exactly. And that's something that in witness preparation, which is totally proper, I've gotten a lot of questions about this. Clients are able to always speak with their attorneys. They're able to prepare for their testimony, not just the direct examination, but also the cross-examination. Sometimes mock juries are even brought in if it's a really big case to help assess the case at hand and help in that preparation process. So totally proper. Marcia, oftentimes, we hear that instruction, our camera on the microphone will catch the court instructing the jury not to discuss the case, or witnesses not to discuss their testimony with anyone else, but that doesn't apply to the client, right? And the attorney, and that privilege still can go back and forth.
Absolutely. You are always permitted to speak with your attorney. Your attorney can speak with you about how well you're doing on the stand, how well you're not doing on the stand, and try to give you pointers and to refresh your recollection regarding how we prepared and what we anticipated coming at you and how you're supposed to be responding to what's coming at you. But yes, you always have access to your attorney. There's only one little caveat, and if your client's on the stand while they're testifying, you're not allowed to mouth answers to them or wink at them or try to give them any signs as to how to testify.
Right. Marcia Minot, thank you for all of that. Let's listen in together now.
And if we can please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 881C. And go to page 11. This is another article, Ms. Hurd, where you argue that Mr. Waldman's statements are defamatory, correct?
I don't know if this is taken from that article because I can't see the article in full.
It's page 11 of the article. And the statement reads, we have reached the beginning of the end of Ms. Hurd's abuse hoax against Mr. Depp. Is that correct? Is that one of the what you claim is one of the defamatory statements said by Mr. Waldman?
I believe so.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Hurd, you're not aware of any career opportunities that you lost as a result of Mr. Waldman's statements, are you?
Well, it's kind of hard to point to the jobs you're not offered,
Right.
to the gigs you don't get.
You were not replaced in Aquaman 2, were you?
They released me from my contract, and I fought to stay in it, and they kept me in it. I just don't know how much I'm in, actually, of the final cut.
And you testified yesterday that L'Oreal actually extended your contract in April of 2020. Is that correct?
In part, they extended
And-
it and held me.
And you testified yesterday that L'Oreal extended your contract again in November of 2021, correct?
Not exactly. They extended it because they couldn't use me or any of the materials for me.
And that extension was for 20 months, right?
That's correct.
Ms. Hurd, you testified yesterday how Mr. Waldman's statements, quote, torture you every day. Do you recall that testimony?
I do.
And then, and that you look at them every day.
I look at the online attacks, the media. You can't avoid it, to be honest, that those statements are often attached to. I don't look at his statements every day.
And you testified that you just want to move on with your life, right?
I do very much want to move on with my life.
But you've gone out of your way to engage with Mr. Waldman on social media, haven't you?
I have made a comment, I believe, once. I would not characterize that as engaging with him.
Let's please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 1266. It's right there.
Your microphone. Yeah. Your microphone. I don't have this yet, so I'm asking for it to
right
be
there.
given to me
Okay.
before.
It's a photograph.
I think it's just a.
All right, we're going to hit the pause button right here as we are nearing the top of the hour. I want to say a big thank you to my guest, criminal defense attorney Marcia Minot, joining us from Atlanta, Georgia. I have enjoyed being with you, and don't go anywhere because we're welcoming Ashley Wilcott into the studio. She's going to take over here at the desk next. Ashley, good to see you. Dying to hear what you think of this cross-examination.
Great to see you, Julie. And let me just say, I'm going to echo what you've been saying your entire show. That's something I've noticed, and that is no objections by the attorneys for Amber Heard during this cross-examination. And I agree with you. There's plenty of opportunity for objections, but they're not making them.
Right, right. And Ashley, you also have served as a judge. Tell me, something that's been really bothering me, no matter who does it, when attorneys talk over a witness in any trial, it is just not right. And I know in sometimes in trials I've been in, the judge will admonish the attorney for doing that. If you were on the bench, would you be stepping in and making sure that all the answers are heard?
First of all, I love being on set with you. I would talk with you all day long because you just hit the nail on the head, Julie, because a court reporter is there. You've talked about it. They have to make a record. And if you're talking over a witness, there's no clear record. Really bad habit as a judge, I would say, okay, nobody talks at the same time. Let's start over.
Exactly. This way, everything is clear. It can all be taken down. Because the people who really are harmed by that are the jurors. If they can't hear what's being said, nobody wants that, no matter what side you're on. Oh, my goodness. Ashley Wilcott, so great to talk to you. And thank all of you at home for being with us. We will be right back with much more Court TV Live after this.
Hello? Mom.
Yes, that's it.
That's the knife you gave to the man who was hitting you, right, Miss Heard?
I wasn't worried he was going to stab me with it when I gave it to him, that's for certain.
While he was smashing the phone, Johnny severely injured his finger, cutting off the top of it, end quote. Did I read that correctly?
Yes, that's correct.
So you testified in this courtroom that after Mr. Depp smashed the phone, he held you down on the countertop by the neck. Do you remember that?
I'm sorry, can you clarify what you're asking me?
You weren't scared of him at all, were you?
This is a man who tried to kill me. Of course it's scary.
The cross-examination of Amber Heard continues today with her credibility on the line. Depp attorney Camille Vasquez is challenging Ms. Heard with damaging evidence, questioning Amber about alleged physical abuse, drug abuse, and audio recordings. Plus, Amber Heard explaining what James Franco was doing with her, taking an elevator to Depp's penthouse. We will go back to that courtroom shortly. Our legal experts are standing by for analysis during the sidebars or breaks. All that coming up. Welcome back to Court TV Live. I'm Judge Ashley Wilcott. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. We are in the second day of Amber Heard's cross-examination. Actor Johnny Depp is suing his ex-wife for $50 million following an op-ed that she wrote about domestic violence. An op-ed that she was questioned about today during cross-examination. Now Heard is countersuing Depp for $100 million. We are hitting the pause button so that you will not be missing any testimony. We're going to take you back into the courtroom where we left off before the break.
That's correct.
I'm going to move to admit and publish this tweet.
Don't check the relevance.
The ejection, I'm sorry, what's the objection?
I'm sorry, relevance?
All right, I'll overrule the objection. 881C in evidence. Is that right? You can publish.
Can we please have it published to the jury?
Yes. What was it? I'm sorry, 1266. I apologize. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. This is from March 26, 2021, right?
That's what it looks like, yes.
And this is after he made the statements you claim are defamatory, right, Ms. Heard?
21, yes.
Ms. Heard, you tweeted at Adam Waldman, quote, "Yes, Mr. Waldman, I may be wearing makeup on this occasion, but on every occasion you will still be short." Did I read that right?
Yes.
We can put this down. Thank you. Ms. Heard, since your relationship with Mr. Depp ended, you have completed your level 3 sommelier training, haven't you?
I haven't completed it yet. I
You're
just
on level
stopped.
2?
No, I'm on level 3.
You also have had a baby, right?
I have.
And you enjoy being a mother?
More than anything.
You still love to cook?
I do.
And you love to hike?
I've taken a break on hiking for a minute.
You have friends, right?
I do have friends.
And you spend time with those friends?
Occasionally, when I can.
And you exercise regularly?
Every day.
You just filmed a movie in March of 2022, isn't that right?
Yes, the one I just shot in Guatemala that I spoke of earlier.
And you had a major role in a major film that's scheduled to be released soon. Is that correct? Aquaman 2?
As I said, I don't know if I will even be in the final cut or how much I will be. It was difficult to stay in the movie.
You struck Mr. Depp multiple times during your relationship, didn't you, Ms. Heard?
There were many times I had to use my body to defend myself, and that included swinging wherever I could. If it meant I could get away, absolutely. If it meant a difference between a sore face and a broken nose, you bet I would. You
That's
bet.
your testimony under oath that you never struck Mr. Depp as the initial aggressor?
Well, he was holding me against the wall by my neck. You know, I might be the first person to have been the first one to slap, which happened in Australia, you know, and he was choking me. But I wouldn't say I was the initial aggressor in that situation.
You got physical with Mr. Depp often during your relationship, didn't you?
I had to defend myself as best I could. Didn't seem to make much of a difference.
You just couldn't control yourself, could you, Ms. Heard?
I tried to defend myself when I could, but it was after years of not defending myself.
Can we please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 356? And, Your Honor, portions of the exhibit were entered into evidence yesterday, but we moved to admit the entire recording.
All right.
And I can confirm that there's no other voices besides Ms. Heard's and Mr. Depp's. And I intend to play from 1:29:27 to 1:30:07.
So I have 356A in evidence. Is any objection to the entire 356 coming into evidence?
If I may, hold
Okay,
on just for
sure.
a moment, Your Honor. I have to check on something. Which one? Which one is the one that has? The excerpt for now, and we'll double check our notes on that, because there was one that had something in that couldn't go, and I just can't
All right.
find my notes on that right
We'll
now.
just call it 356B for now.
That's fine.
and
Thank you,
then-
Your Honor.
Could you just give me the times again?
Yes, of course.
Sure.
1:29:27 to 1:30:07.
All right, and I'm just told that we already have a B, so we have to do 356C.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I can't promise you that I'll be perfect. I can't promise you I won't get promise you I'm not going to throw around divorce. I will not say divorce unless I leave you. Unless it's it. And then I hope you leave me. I'm not going to, and me too. I will leave you. It's fair. I can't do it, you know? And I think, honestly, if we hold each other accountable to that, it's fair.
Ms. Heard, that's you and Mr. Depp on that recording, correct?
That's correct.
And you told Mr. Depp, quote, "I can't promise you that I won't get physical," end quote, correct?
That's correct. He was accusing me of instigating something in a situation I explained yesterday.
And you also told Mr. Depp that sometimes you get so mad you lose it, correct?
That's correct. I also explained the context of that fight yesterday.
Isn't that exactly what you told Ben King on your way back from Australia? That you get so mad you lose it?
Absolutely not. I know that that's what Ben King testified to, but I never had that conversation with Ben King.
Your Honor,
If we could please
in the
play-
meantime, I'm sorry. I checked, and I have no objection to the entirety of 356 coming
So
in.
356 in its entirety will be in evidence. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. If we could please play from what's now been admitted, Plaintiff's Exhibit 356 in its entirety from 7:05 to 7:43.
I pushed you.
I'm not going to get into the details of that fight. You and I both know that you split when there is no physical violence involved. and that you do it like at the very beginning of fights these days. And if you split and you go into a different room and you don't actually leave that house, it does nothing but perpetuate the fight. And you don't actually do it respectfully. You don't.
Ms. Hurd, is that you and Mr. Depp on this recording?
Yes, it is.
Can we please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 343? And I believe that one's been admitted already into evidence.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. And just for the record, we're playing from 24601 to 24720.
I said to Travis, I said to you, hey, tell Travis what just happened.
Oh, you told me to do it. You told me to. You said, go do that.
I said, no, tell him what just happened.
Across the face in a proper slap, but I was hitting you. It was not punching you. Babe, you're not punched.
Don't tell me what it feels like to be punched.
You know, you've been in a lot of fights. You've been around a long time. I was hitting. I was hitting you.
How are your toes?
What am I supposed to do? Do this? You did the right thing, the big thing. You know what? You're admirable.
That's you and Mr. Depp on that recording, right, Ms. Hurd?
That's correct.
And you said you hit Mr. Depp, right?
Yeah, I had to hit his body to get
Ms.
him out
Hurd,
of the door.
my question was, you said on that recording that you hit Mr. Depp, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And you accused him of being a baby for not wanting to be in a physical fight with you, right?
Incorrect. I accused him of being a baby for complaining about me hitting him when he was trying to get through the door. I was trying to barricade.
Right. Can we please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 368? And again, Your Honor, this is a recording of just Mr. Depp and Ms. Hurd. I'm going to move for the entire exhibit to be moved into evidence.
All right, any objection to 368?
I don't think so, no, Your Honor.
All right, no objection. 368 in evidence in its
Thank you.
entirety.
It's a shitty lock. I opened the bathroom door when you were knocking on it. After a few times I opened, and you just kept going. You just kept going. I tried to close the door 3 times. Please, just don't. And then I accidentally, I swear, when I was trying to close the door, I guess it scraped your toes. I didn't mean to do that. And I bent down, and you either pushed or you kicked. I think you kicked the door open. The door, more open, so that it would hit me. And it hit me. Wait.
I did not mean to do that. I don't know what you're talking
I was bent down behind the door.
I did not do anything to her. I did not kick a door or push a door so that it would hit you. I did not. I swear that that was not my intention. I think I remember when the door scraped my toes, I reacted, but the door thing, I remember, I never did that. That wasn't on purpose. I might have done it on accident.
Okay.
But
so let's say that was an accident. I then stood up. I don't even know.
and I released. sorry about hitting you with the door or hitting your head. I did not mean to, nor...
You didn't mean to hit me in the head with the door, but you meant to punch me in the jaw.
I meant to hit you, and I did not do this thing with the door. I did mean to hit you.
So that you didn't mean?
The door? No, God, no, I didn't.
But punching me in the jaw.
I didn't. Okay, I'm sorry I hit you. I did mean to hit you, but it was in response. I just reacted in response to my foot. I just reacted, and I'm sorry. It's below me.
Your foot? That was why you punched me?
Yeah. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I...
Again, that's you and Mr. Depp on that recording, right?
That's correct.
And Mr. Depp was hiding from you in the bathroom. Isn't
Incorrect.
that right, Ms. Hurd?
Incorrect.
Well, Mr. Depp said on that recording, I opened the bathroom door when you were knocking on it. Doesn't he?
I don't know if he said that, and I didn't hear that
And
one
Mr.
detail.
Depp said, when I was trying to close the door, I guess it scraped your toes. He says that, doesn't he?
Correct.
And then you kicked the bathroom door into his head, didn't you?
No, I didn't. And
then you punched him in the
defended
jaw.
myself in that audio. You can hear it for yourself.
Right. And then you punched him in the jaw.
I also did not do that. I tried to make that clear on the audio tape, too,
So-
in futility.
So Mr. Depp said, you meant to punch me in the jaw, right?
Are you asking me what he said on the
Yeah.
on the recording? Yes, he said that.
And then you respond, I meant to hit you, didn't you?
As I explained yesterday, I was trying to get him off the door,
And you said, I remember, I did mean to hit you.
meaning the door. The door was on my feet. I
You've heard
reacted
this-
instinctively to that.
Yeah, you've heard this audio before, haven't you, Miss Hurd?
Yeah, we've already had this trial before.
Yeah, it was played for you when you were deposed in 2016 in connection with your divorce from Mr. Depp, wasn't it?
That's one of the times I've heard it, yes.
Okay. So you've had plenty of time to think about how to respond to this recording, haven't you?
I don't know what you mean by that.
Well, let's take a look at how you responded to it the first time. Can we please pull up what will be marked Plaintiff's Exhibit 1261?
Cross-examination by Depp's team continues of Amber Heard on the stand. You won't miss anything. We'll hit the pause button. When we come back, we're going to take you right back into the courtroom. Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard, the dual defamation trial that we have been covering, bringing to you here on Court TV. We are not live, but you've not missed any of the testimony of Amber Heard. That's why we're not live. We hit the pause button so that you don't miss anything as the viewers. We're going to go back to court now, continuing with cross-examination by Depp's attorney, Vasquez.
I'm going to read it into the record and then I'll hand this to you. So, I will. So, Your Honor, for reference, and I will provide a copy of the deposition, Ms. Heard's deposition in the divorce. It's page 372, lines starting at line 5 through 377, line 12.
All right, I think.
Oh, can I have a copy of the deposition?
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honor, with permission, may we please play?
If we just get to that page, make sure everybody's at the. Oh, could you say the page number again,
Yes,
please?
absolutely. May I have a page? The little Post-it.
Page 372, lines 5 to 377, line 1 is what I have.
12, line 12.
All right, 372.
If we could have a moment, Your Honor, to read it before it's played.
So one of the things that they are doing very effectively during this cross-examination is using previous evidence, documents, audio recordings, deposition of Amber Heard. That's what they are using to try to impeach her, and they've done so successfully on a few occasions. Let's go back to court as opposing counsel was trying to catch up as to where they are and what they're going to use.
I still don't think it's an impeachment, Your Honor, after reading it.
I'll overrule objection. Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. If we can please have it published to the jury in the gallery.
All right.
The next thing that I'm going to play to you as Hugh. Would you listen to this, please? This is punching. It's one of them, right? That's a good one.
Anyway, the bathroom door knocked on it. It just kept going. Tried to close the door 3 times.
Your Honor, maybe we stop that for a moment.
They are approaching again something about that video. It looks like she's asking counsel a question. Let's take the opportunity with me. Josh Schiffer is our guest legal analyst this hour, criminal defense attorney out of Georgia. Josh, tell me your thoughts about so far the cross-examination and how effective you think Depp's team has been.
Like we talked about yesterday, the Depp team has really put together a surgical strike with the effort to completely eviscerate the authenticity and veracity of Miss Heard by showing these conflicting statements throughout the entire relationship. It's interesting that they're focusing on a few select issues where they are showing clearly a conflict, otherwise known as a lie. That's what they're trying to show the jury. But that gives Miss Heard's team the opportunity to come back and precisely set out that Depp's team is only talking about a couple of occasions and not talking about all of the other abuse incidents that Miss Heard has alleged throughout this entire trial.
So it seems like the two sides, obviously Johnny Depp's team is trying to say, by virtue of the fact we know she lied about these few things, she's lying about everything. I'm going to go back to that court. Let's go back to court.
The next thing that I'm going to play to you as Hugh. Would you listen to this, please? This is punching. It's one of them, right? That's a good one.
Anyway, the bathroom door knocked on it.
Where's the desk?
It just kept going. Tried to close the door 3 times. Please, just don't let me know. And then wait, and then I accidentally, I swear, when I was trying to close the door, I guess I scratched your toes. I didn't mean to do that. I bent down. You either pushed or you kicked the door open. I mean, say, put the door, get more open.
No, I didn't mean to. I did not mean to. But I did not mean to do that.
I was bent down behind the door.
I did not do anything to her. I did not kick at the door or push the door so that it would hit you. I did not. I swear. I mean, that's not, it was not my intention. I think I remember when the door scraped my toes.
Okay. So you told him in that excerpt that you hit him with the door but did not intend to hit him, correct? Did you say that?
I said whatever I said in that recording. I don't, when you play it for me, it's hard for me to remember every single.
And that's a recording marked as exhibit the punching.
Q. That was
Q.
just played.
Q. Would you continue to listen to exhibit Q?
Are these from the same day?
I reacted, but this whole, the door thing, I remember, I never did that. That wasn't on purpose. I might have done it on accident.
Okay. Let's say that was an accident. I then stood up. I don't even know.
physically to nor.
You didn't mean to hit me in the head with the door, but you meant to punch me in the jaw.
I meant to hit you, and I did not do this thing with the door. I do remember I did mean to hit you.
So that you didn't mean?
The door? No, God, no, I didn't.
But punch me in the jaw.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So on the tape, you tell Johnny Depp that you did mean to hit him.
And it also misrepresents what actually happened, which is him trying to get into a room I'm trying to keep him out of. And then he runs the door over my toes, trying to get into the room. I tried to push him out of it, which is what the hit is referred to. And Johnny, whenever he was injured or touched, it always referred to it in these ways of punching or clocked or whatever. And whether you discussed it with him or not, the last thing you do in talking to him afterwards or trying to reconcile with him is to get into what the definition of those words mean to him. I never even addressed it. He would, if he was ever pushed, it was a cold. He called it a cold clock. I mean, it was just very dramatic.
Isn't it true?
You're smiling as that audio recording is being played in your deposition, aren't you, Ms. Heard?
Not smiling because of the audio. I'm smiling because of what's happening around me.
You even roll your eyes at one point, don't you?
I was sitting opposite a whole table full of lawyers who were snickering, laughing, and rolling their eyes at me while I was talking.
Is there something amusing about kicking a door into your husband's head?
No, I was rolling my eyes and commenting on what I was experiencing at that time in recounting the story.
Is there something amusing to you about punching your husband in the jaw?
That is not what I was smiling about, and no, I do not think it's amusing.
Ms. Heard, you testified yesterday that all you want to do is move on. Do you remember that testimony?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, your exact words
Multiple
were,
pieces
quote,
of testimony from Amber Heard that she meant to hit you, meaning Johnny Depp. I remember hitting you, meaning Johnny Depp. We're going to continue to bring you all of her testimony. Don't go anywhere. We'll hit the pause button. When we come back, we'll go back into court for continuing cross-examination of Amber Heard.
I don't even know what movies I've done.
If only
You haven't even taken an interest.
If only I could be like
but I had to
you. If
watch
only
your,
I could be like you.
I had to watch your wreck and you trying to like
You're a joke.
spew out the lines.
You're a joke. You're a joke.
Yeah, I'm the joke in the industry, Amber. I'm the joke. I'm the joke in the
I'm
industry.
sorry. I can't really hear you. I'm sorry.
Good afternoon. Welcome back to Court TV Live. I'm Judge Ashley Wilcott, always honored to be with you. The cross-examination of Amber Heard continues today. She's been repeatedly confronted with audio recordings, and before the break, the jury watched a deposition in which she talked about hitting Johnny Depp. This cannot be missed because, remember, at the base of this is whether or not she lied in the op-ed that she wrote. Let's go back to court for continuing cross-examination. You haven't missed a thing.
Your exact words were, quote, I just want him to leave me alone. I want to move on with my life, and he won't let me. Do you remember that?
Yes, that is correct.
But that's not true, is it, Ms. Heard?
It is very true.
You just haven't been able to move on with your life, have you? From Mr. Depp.
Oh, I'm here, aren't I?
In fact, on October 11th, 2018, you actually commenced an arbitration action against Mr. Depp for defamation, didn't you?
I don't recall that, no.
Your Honor, may I approach? May we approach?
One of the things that I mentioned on social media is the frustration I had with objections. So I want to be clear. I'm not on either side. I'm not criticizing either side. I am saying as a former judge, I would have reined it in and said to them, let's meet, let's figure out what these objections are, because we're not going to do an objection every other question. Let's go back to court.
Let's pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 219. And Ms. Heard, if you could please read to yourself the first page of Exhibit 219.
All right.
And if you can also read to yourself the second page of Exhibit 219.
Yes.
And if you can scroll down, Tom, again, Ms. Hurd, just to look at that page. And then scroll down to the next page, please. And the next page. Does that refresh your recollection, Ms. Hurd, that you did, in fact, in October of 2018, 2 months before you published the op-ed in this case, that's the subject of this case, you initiated an arbitration against Mr. Depp for defamation?
It's not my understanding I initiated an arbitration. It's my understanding that our lawyers sent a letter to his lawyers after he called me a liar again, effectively, in an interview.
And that's 2 months before your op-ed that was published in December of 2018, right?
That is correct.
And that's 6 months before Mr. Depp filed this case against you, correct?
That's correct.
So you fired the first shot, not Mr. Depp.
I disagree. We sent a letter.
Okay. Thank you. Ms. Hurd, isn't it true that you once filled out a customs form falsely so that you could get...
May we approach? Okay.
Still with me, Attorney Josh Schiffer. Josh, I have to bring you in because, again, in cases in which I presided, I would not let the jury have to sit through this. I would call the attorneys up to iron out the evidentiary issues, even if we had to clear the courtroom and put it all on the record, so that this is not happening and wasting the jury's time. What is your thought?
No, it's become the 14th juror, 16th juror, whatever you want to call it. The time that hasn't been effectively used is almost disrespectful to a jury. Why this stuff isn't taken care of out of court, I don't know, but it's not the way that I like trying cases.
Yep, let's see if they're ready to resume. Okay, they're not yet resuming. So real quick, let me ask you this, Josh, and that is, does this count towards their time? Do these sidebars count? I say no. What do you think?
It shouldn't. Sidebars aren't controlled by anybody but the judge, so it shouldn't count against anybody. But then again, I don't know exactly what the local rule was with this timing and whether the judge has been really explicit or whether this was just a speaking ruling from the bench saying, hey, I'm going to give you guys this time and I'm going to be the timekeeper. What'll be really interesting is if they run out of time, which I think is pretty possible, what happens with a conflict at that point? Are we going to see one of these litigants advocating for more time or saying that the other side time wasted them? That's one of the things we see in competitions related to trial, like the mock trial we coach for high school and college students. Wasting the other side's time is a litigation tactic that is unfortunately valid. We've discussed how if you're not able to present your whole case, then the jury doesn't have everything they need to consider. And Ms. Heard still has to put on her damages argument, as well as continue fleshing out the harms that she received in order to support her counterclaim against Mr. Depp. And again, this time is very interesting. If I'm a juror, I'm kind of scratching my head at it.
And we've talked about the judge at that point would have two choices. Number one is say, time's up, too bad, you don't get to present all of your case. Or in the alternative, backing up and saying, okay, clearly more time is needed. How much more time will you estimate? What do I need to allot? We're going to take this opportunity while they're at a sidebar. When you come back, you will hear more of this testimony. You will not miss any of it here on Court TV Live. Vasquez is Johnny Depp's attorney cross-examining Amber Heard. When we took a break, they were at a sidebar. Let's get you back into court.
Ms. Heard, you testified yesterday that when you left the courthouse after obtaining the domestic violence restraining order against Mr. Depp, you walked out to, quote, a sea of paparazzi and cameras, right?
That's correct.
You testified that you were surprised to see the sea of cameras.
That's correct.
Because it was quiet when you went into the courthouse that morning.
And the divorce had remained under the radar up to that point.
You testified that no one knew about your divorce, so you thought it was going to stay that way, right?
No, I always figured it would come out. I just was trying to buy time.
You knew the media had been alerted that you were filing for divorce, right, Ms. Heard?
No, I just knew that it was impossible to do that privately, so you could just hope it was a matter of time.
You knew they were going to be there, didn't you?
No, I did not. I mean, I
publicist-
assume since it's a public building that there is that likelihood, or not likelihood, but possibility. But I was shocked.
Your publicist, Jody Gottlieb, was there at the courthouse with you, wasn't she?
Yes, she was.
So you anticipated that you might need your publicist?
I thought the filing might make, well, I was told the filing was public, that it would be impossible. There's no way for you to do a private filing. And then the second that I filed for the TRO, it would be public news. I didn't expect all these photographers and cameras to show up at the courthouse in real time, but they did.
If we could please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 1280, which is a clip from your divorce deposition. And you have at page, if I can alert you, you have the transcript there, page 74, lines 22.
You said
through
874?
74.
74.
Line 22 through 75, line 13.
I'm sorry, just 72 lines.
74, line 22 through 75, line 13.
Your Honor, may we approach?
Okay.
One of the questions is this strategy by Amber Heard's attorneys? Previously, they were not objecting very frequently, very often, in spite of argumentative questions by counsel for Johnny Depp. So the question becomes, is this strategic that they continue to ask to approach the bench? And again, it's regarding documents they all had in discovery. Theoretically, all of this could have been decided before they ever stepped foot in the courtroom for trial. Obviously, it wasn't. And this jury is sitting through multiple delays.
we could please play and display to the jury Plaintiff's Exhibit 1280.
Executive is responsible.
Ms. Hurd, did you send a text message to Jerry Judge on May 24, 2016, telling Jerry Judge, quote, "I'm desperately trying to reach Johnny. It's extremely important. Please tell him"?
I remember sending the text message that is in front of me right now to Jerry, and I remember sending this because I wanted to tell Johnny or have him told by Jerry or someone who knew him or was close to him. Basically, I didn't want him to find out online that I had or was about to file, or I had already filed for divorce. I wanted him to know verbally. So I was trying to reach him through a third party to tell him. When I say reach, I'm specifically saying I would like him to know information coming from me or coming from Jerry, from me, so that he finds out about the divorce filing or my intention to do so from some other source other than TMZ, which was alerted.
You slipped up there, didn't you, Ms. Hurd? You let it slip out that TMZ had been alerted to your filing of the domestic violence restraining order, didn't you?
I disagree. That's not what I'm talking about.
TMZ is the same outlet that you released the video of Mr. Depp attacking the kitchen cabinets the day before this deposition was taken, wasn't it?
I didn't do that. I don't know how to do
TMZ
that.
owns the copyright to that video now, doesn't it?
I have no idea what TMZ
Did they pay
owns.
you for that?
I never got paid for it because I had nothing to do with that.
So TMZ was just lucky in getting the inside scoop to your divorce from Mr. Depp, huh?
I have no idea. That's not my area of expertise. I wouldn't even know how to do that. And also, what does that get me? If I wanted to leak things about Johnny, I could have done that in a much more successful way, in a bigger way, for years.
Not
and
when
years.
you were extorting him for $7 million.
I got a fraction of what I was entitled to in the state of California, by the way.
Right.
What extortion?
Tassa Van Reed's your ex-wife, right?
That's right. She's my ex-partner.
She's the one that you told this jury Mr. Depp was jealous of, right?
Yeah, well, that was a 2013 fight around March, yes.
You testified that he tried to burn one of her paintings, right?
That's correct.
You testified he tried to burn one of your favorite paintings that she did, right?
I don't know if it was one of my favorites.
You committed domestic violence against Miss Van Reed during your relationship, didn't you?
No, I did not.
You assaulted her at a Seattle airport in 2009, didn't you?
No, I did not.
And people saw that.
That's not true.
And it was covered in the press. Isn't that true?
It was planted in the press by Johnny's team 2 days after I got the TRO. Not
Can
coincidentally.
we please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 1279?
Your Honor, may we approach?
That's fine.